Known to the world as one of the oldest civilizations, for the seeker, a seat of spirituality, for an anthropologist, a melting pot of cultures. India today has the distinction of being one of the fastest growing markets in the world and an economy that has remained stable through global recession. Fast and furious, racing not just with the times, but often way ahead on the highway of progress, the phenomenon called India seems unstoppable. But this is just the familiar tip of the iceberg visible to a tourist or a casual observer from afar. Get closer and you see diversity and complexity that defies categorization. Rich and poor, new and old, ultra-sophisticated and commonplace, tradition and rebellion, ambition and nirvana. All exist side by side here in a chaotic, perplexing whole. Six major religions and almost 1,000 different languages and dialects thrive across the subcontinent. There is no one way to define India. One of the ways to understand India is to see it as three different Indias that coexist within its fabric. There is an India that dwells in the big cities, in furiously growing urban cities. It is glitzy and stylish. Everything is at par with world standards. There's no waiting for the trickle-down effect to absorb change. This India has the ability to grab the market by its collar and ask for the best served anywhere else in the world to be served here. The second India, let's call it Bharat, dwells in small towns. It's rooted in tradition and community. Familial and social bonds are valued above individuality. The economy, which is mainly based on trading, small and medium businesses and government jobs, is now looking at possibilities that have come calling. It's taking baby steps towards the new building on confidence as it goes. The third India, and the one that is closest to the soil, let's call it Gramin Bharat or rural Indian villages. More than 60% of India's population makes a living here. The economy is based on agriculture and semi-skilled and unskilled labor. Life in all three Indias has its unique identity. To understand these three Indias a little better, one needs to see them through the lens of their social and economic reality. Socially, small town lives at a crossroad. Stylish lifestyles and modern amenities of big cities are tantalizing. But the dictates of society, of set norms, roles and expected behaviors ties them down.
कौन सा रेंट खोलना चाहते हो?
रेस्टोरेंट्स, चलो खाते पीते हैं।
चाय की दुकान? ये भी कोई धंधा है?
शहरों में बहुत बड़ा धंधा आजकल।
अरे भाई शहर में होगा, लेकिन गांव में इसकी कोई इज्जत नहीं है।
Here, two individuals don't get married to each other. Two families do. In this world, not just decisions like marriage, education, and jobs, but even the buying of household gadgets are a matter of collective discussion and sanction. Relevant trusted experts are tapped into for this.
दुग्गल जी सेकंड हैंड के चक्कर में मत पड़िए। क्यों? बैंक वालों की जान जलती है सेकंड हैंड पे लोन देने के लिए। ओ, दुगना इंटरेस्ट खाएंगे सो अलग। दुग्गल जी, गाड़ी का इंजन ही है, अलजेब्रा नहीं है कि ताड़ लेंगे। ट्रायल के टाइम एकदम टनाटन, बाद में मैकेनिक के पास गैरेज में पड़ी रहेगी। अच्छा, आइडिया ड्रॉप कर दीजिए।
Individualism, which is the buzzword in big cities, is expressed differently in small towns.
लेकिन फिर किसी ने कहा कि you should do a mass comm, तो मैं दिल्ली गई, then वहाँ से मैंने mass comm किया। And then जब मुझे अपनी ही सिटी में सर्विसेज देने का मौका मिला तो then I thought कि मुझे यहाँ जाना चाहिए।
Here it is not necessarily about detaching oneself from the collective, but standing out within it. Attire, lifestyle, and other choices are less about blindly following trends and more about creatively adapting the new to suit their context.
एक ही सैंपल निकालेंगे और चार पैंट हो गया तो चार का डिजाइन बना के एक बना देंगे, तो कुछ नया उसमें कॉपी नहीं लगेगी।
In rural India, the pace of life is slow, quite slow. Dropping in on friends and neighbors for no reason at all and without prior information is the norm. Here, everyone knows what everybody else is up to.
अरे पता है मैंने क्या देखा? क्या देखा? तुम्हें तो विश्वास ही नहीं होगा। मैंने भी अपनी आंखों को 2 बार मला तब विश्वास हुआ।
अरे मुँह से कुछ फूट भी।
अरे मैंने देखा सूखी को मनसुख के साथ जाते हुए खेतों की तरफ।
Samaj or society is at the center of existence and sets the norms. What will people say decides the kind of decisions people make and the way they behave.
अगर हस्बैंड की भी ख्वाहिश की नहीं है हमारी बीवी ने पहनना चाहिए, लेकिन लोगों के डर से नहीं कहते कि तू पहन।
While social needs in rural India are taken care of in a more than sufficient manner, the economic needs have limited recourse at the modestly stocked local grocery shop. For anything beyond the basic daily needs, from clothes to medicines to other household necessities, a visit to the nearby town is called for. In small towns, the influence of new trends is visible too. With new age malls, multiplexes and corporates making their presence felt. New forms of entrepreneurship based on talent and passion are on the rise.
I used to wander at nights every time. I used to walk alone in streets. At the time I used to found like prostitution on highways. Generally we used to see it on highways. So I used to study and then I have felt more interest about them, and then
Young people are seeking avenues to hone their professional qualifications. Any skill-based training, vocational education that promises bread and butter is welcome. But the upwardly mobile in small towns are seeking and approaching change more actively. They are creating a style, a language of their own, with the help of some missionaries of modernity. If something catches their fancy and spells progress, be it an attitude, a fashion trend, a concept, they find a way to make it their own. Jugaad, an inventiveness mixed with flair, is the benchmark of walking with the times. Change and development is accepted with due caution. Lots of discussion and with a wait-and-watch policy in the villages. The most trustworthy harbinger of change is the government.
ये बिल्कुल ढोलू ढाल टाइप का बंदा था, लेकिन ये थोड़ा सा फैशन में आने के बाद कुछ लड़का ये इसमें अवेयरनेस आई है, कुछ अवेयरनेस आई कि नहीं मुझे भी किसी लड़की को देखना है, नहीं मुझे भी कोई देखता है, ये फील्ड इसकी तैयार हुई है। तो फैशन से एक फायदा तो है ही कि कहीं ना कहीं वो टाइप का जो लड़का है ना वो एकदम अवेयर होकर जबरदस्त होता है।
जो बॉलीवुड में आता है ना तो वो सब देख के लेके आते हैं। जैसे शॉर्ट्स है, शॉर्ट्स का यूजर तो बनारस में कोई भी नहीं है। शॉर्ट्स का यूजर बनारस में 3-4 शॉप में मिलेगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा। तो लेकिन हम लोगों के पास तो उम्मीद है कि शॉर्ट्स चलेगा यहाँ पे, तो हम लोग स्टार्टिंग करते हैं। आज शॉर्ट्स पहनने लग गए लोग,
At the crux of the identity of the three Indias lies the attitude towards change. While change is a way of life for the urban masses, who are hungry to devour the next new technological advance even before it hits the market, Bharat and Grameen Bharat that lives in the small cities and villages of India have a more cautious approach towards change. They need to watch it from a distance, experience it through observation, have the approval and assistance of a trusted expert to handhold them to adopt it. Nowhere is this difference more visible than in the use of mobile phones. This little device has found its way to the remotest corners of the country, sometimes to areas where even the cell phone signal struggles to reach.
Hello?
उधर को ना पलट वरना कनेक्शन टूट जाएगा.
In the big city, it's a lifeline, a Swiss knife. Every new app that comes out is gobbled up in no time and leaves an appetite for more. Quite an essential presence in the small towns too. People here are experimenting more and more with the possibilities of the digital world. The phone, which was initially used essentially to make calls, is fast becoming the multimedia device for entertainment. But in the villages, it is still essentially a utility device for making and receiving calls. The idea of using multimedia or using the internet on the phone for booking a ticket, looking for a job, or finding information is as exotic to them as the idea of cooking food on cow dung cakes is to a city dweller. The ways of the three Indias are often a world apart, even though geographically they may be intermingled. These three realities of India, of the urban large cities, the small towns, and of the rural villages, often exist in every city and every town, living side by side in their own worlds, sometimes intersecting, but often separate. Maybe that's why they say that in India, everything and its opposite coexist.